Well, now that the state has mandated school closures in Caddo Parish and the school board approved the move, where will the students of Werner Park and Sunset Acres go? The Caddo Parish School Board called a special meeting to address this, considering the logistics and what would be best for the young students and their parents. The Caddo School Board approved the state superintendent's plan to close Werner Park and Sunset Acres Elementary, citing multiple years of academic failure during a special meeting on Friday. Chief Operations Officer Patrick Greer and his team were tasked with analyzing alternative campus options. They determined the 211 students of Sunset Acres could be transferred to Westwood Elementary, and the 239 students at Werner Park could be transferred to Caddo Heights.
We felt, pretty comfortable that the students were not traveling too far from their residential communities, which is, something that, is a bit of a convenience for parents, especially in the event that a parent has to travel to a school site to pick up a kid for an emergency purposes. It's better than them having to drive all the way across town. Plus, it keeps these kids together as they're going to the new campuses.
The school board approved the move in a 6-4 vote, but not without questions.
It just baffles me at why in the world, after the meeting we had on Friday, that we would reconfigure and then send students to schools that are a D and a F.
By definition of the language utilized by the state superintendent was send them to a better school. Now, granted, these schools are still on the upward climb, as in most of our schools.
School board members asked about the workload the principals and teachers already face.
And then they're already just barely meeting the standard, under standard, and then they're fixing to be dumped with more kids who are not meeting the standard. That's a headache, not just for that principal, but for those teachers. And then, the parents they're up in the air about what's fixing to happen with this. So, this is a hard thing for everybody.
It was said that principals' pay would be adjusted based on the amount of students, but not teachers' pay. And it's all based on the state's mandate, which board members apologize for.
This is where the state pushed us to have to do this in this expedited fashion, just in the blink of an eye. Maybe for some students this is going to be a major change for them, especially at this early age of changing elementary schools.
And Greer did address that the incoming students into Westwood and Caddo Heights would put those campuses near total capacity. And the enrollment numbers are not final yet, but they are factoring in how many fifth graders will graduate and move on to middle school campuses.